Hi, I'm Doc Martin for Tucson Mineral Mile. Well, we have a real celebration of books today. We have 4 different books, all of these, and the professional geology series, Sedimentology. So I'll give you a shout out. This is a courtesy of Gem and Mineral. These are all by Gem and Mineral Exchange. It's put out by them. They have many more. We have other books, or they have other books that we have already got that I don't have here, that the more crystal healing, physical properties and all. But we also have other books coming out, and they're all available at let's see, Amazon. It says, what other materials do we have? And there are buyer ebooks for only $9.99, and we have Silver Mines, the Power of Gemstones, Petrology of Rocks, Complete Guide to Crystal Healing, Rubies Unveiled. That will be, I think, coming up next. And our locals channel is at Tucson Mineral Mile. The locals is, well, there's a shortcut, but it's TucsonMineralMile.locals.com, and also Gem and Mineral Exchange .locals.com. But some of these, when you go to the description, they'll all be in short URLs. That's the new way, so you don't have a long string of code to go find it. You just hit the short URL and boom, there you are. So we have Sedimentology, the art and science of lapidary, crystal healing, and of course here's the silver mines. New Mexico has a rich history of silver mining, with numerous districts across the state having produced significant amounts of silver over the years. The state has been a major producer of both silver and gold, with various mining districts contributing to this production. Silver deposits in New Mexico are found in diverse geological settings, ranging from placer deposits to volcanic, epithermal, and carbonate-hosted replacement deposits. Like I said, this is Gem and Mineral Exchange. They look at the mines and their rich history. What a great book. Now, all these books were destined for hashtag Seeking the Stone. You remember, if you go watch our last year's at KRAZ TV and Tucson Mineral Mile, and the playlist of Tucson Mineral Mile at KRAZ TV, we had Seeking the Stone. A friend of mine, she came out to the mineral show specifically. She's been a collector, a gemologist, and etc., and collector all for years, and so she said, well, my bucket list, I got to do it, is the Tucson show. I said, you bet. So she came out and all of that. So I made a video for her, which it's up to her whether she'll produce it or not, but it's called Seeking the Stone. So I put hashtag Seeking the Stone at X, saying that it was coined by KRAZ TV, and so she gets joint rights to all of these little booklets here today, and Gem and Mineral Exchange. So that's one of the books, and it's a wonderful book. It's got pictures, easy to read, nice, comprehensive printing. So, and they're kept to a unboring tome. You know, it's something you can breeze through and keep with you, and you keep several of them with you. So these are good airplane books when you're on the airplane and need something to read, and you actually can probably read the whole thing before the flight's over. Well, our next book, same vein of the Gem and Mineral Exchange, from A Look into the Power of Gemstones, their healing properties, and how they are used in the healing arts. Oh, what a wonderful. So we talk about where they're mined, what they offer. Each gemstone elixir offers a unique set of healing properties dependent on the properties of the gemstone. So sustainable mining practices, mining locations, identifying characteristics of precious, semi-precious gemstones, etc. So, gemstones are natural mineral crystals that are valued for their beauty, rarity, and healing properties. And I got to tell you, faceting of gems and jewels was really, I think, to mimic the natural crystal shapes. Before they faceted, almost all stones, emeralds, rubies, all of them, they were all cabochons, because, you know, they didn't have an indexing machine and all that. But if rare occasions where the crystals of the gemstones in crystal shape were found, they had faceted sides, points, and ends, you see. And so somebody said, well, I want to maintain that in every stone that we get. So they figured it out. Now, you know, the Dutch are big, and they probably figured this back out in the 1700s. You know, they were finally got the diamond, because they found out that diamond was usually the only dust or the only grit that could really reduce some of these harder minerals. And holding it in an index, then they could cut and polish each facet face. Now, though, it's called fancies, and they have a five-dimensional machine. We showed that over at the Bead Holiday in Tucson. He has a special class where you can attend to learn to run these complex faceting machines. It was just fantastic. So now faceting has come to a brand new and a higher level because of these super intense tiny facets and carvings and whatnot. So that's our number 2 book, Crystal Healing, from Gem and Mineral Exchange. Then you go to them at TucsonGemandMineralExchange.com or .locals.com. That Locals, you know, I've been watching other people, and the Locals has really been coming up in place. So I don't know how new it is, but it really works well. This is The Art and Science of Lapidary, by a reference book on the art and science of lapidary. Design and creativity, enhancing brilliance. See, here's the little machine. Now, let me show you what it was. Safety precautions, of course. Sawing them, pre-polish them. See, this is one of the complex cuts called a fancy. But I just want to show you one. Okay, here's a picture of a faceted stone, and it most mimics the natural crystal shape. So that is Art and Science of Lapidary, also by Gem and Mineral Exchange, in our celebration of books along Tucson Mineral Mile. Now, we want to remind you that on October 3rd through the 7th, they are having a brand new venue called Dealers Tucson Fall Gem and Mineral Show, and it'll be at the Rock Yard, but there'll be 20 other dealers. So what I'll try to do is get, I have the list. It goes from Bookbinders to McCall to Superb, Jewel Tunnel, all of those. So I'll try to get around to them. I've done a tour. If you go to Tucson Mineral Mile channel at YouTube, you'll see some of the tour of the locations and all, and it's up and down Oracle, both sides, and it goes all the way to the Coliseum in TCC. So one of our big features down there, and everybody should go to, is the Alfie Norville Museum, and that's in Tucson at the old courthouse. This is part of the geology series. We have a petrology series, geology series, and science. We have volcanism. I think that's the next book, and rubies, of course, will be out soon. But the petrology complex. This is sedimentology. It's a part of geology. It's a study. In summary, sedimentology plays a vital role within geology by providing insights into Earth history through the study of sediments and sedimentary rocks. It connects various geological disciplines while employing established principles and methodology to interpret past environmental conditions accurately. As society increasingly relies on natural resources found within these formations, such as groundwater aquifers or fossil fuel, the importance of understanding sedimentological processes continues to grow. So this is one of their other series of books. So there'll be many, many more. But I just wanted to read a little accolade that was a surprise to me because, well, here I'll read it. Thanks to Reid Martin, owner of Tucson mineralmile.locals.com and .com, and its focus on practical applications for geology professionals. Now, not only that, but we have all the dealers. We show tons and tons of examples and interviews with people and all of that. In the real world example and study cases, you can see how sedimentology plays a critical role in industries such as oil and gas exploration, environmental monitoring, and geological mapping. By applying these principles and concepts learned on this website, you can improve your ability to interpret sedimentary rocks and make informed decisions in your professional work. But it's mostly the selected subjects about this and other things come from these other people that we interview and feature throughout the website. And it's mostly during the mineral show because that's when there are. But along Tucson Mineral Mile, there are over 140 to 200 dealers, and somehow they've accreted, there's your term, or conglomerated or consolidated all the shows up and down Oracle on both sides. And everybody's here to stay. I mean, they actually have offices, and now some of them after the show leave, of course, but they have appointments and they have walk-in showrooms and all of that. So down at the corner of where Main, Oracle, and Drachman start is a PowerPoint called Superb Minerals, and they're from India. And many years ago when we first started doing featured vendors, they were our very first featured vendor. And then, of course, McCall, you know, she is Queen of Rocks. Well, now she's moved to Tucson, and she's right out on the other side of them on a couple blocks over. So the Tucson Mineral Mile encompasses a lot of area and spaces down there, and the professional shows like Rocky Mountain Gem and Mineral Show, they feature rockaholics and rockology, and you know, you've got to just go see some of those. The greatest boon that they have ever done is allow me to shoot their collections, so we made slideshows, and then some of them we've taken, retouched, and really enhanced and got the side views out of there. So you're getting a real look at it. And of course, Alfie Norville is a part of the museum down there, and you should really go see it. But we do have slideshows of the minerals and things about Alfie Norville. It also includes all the mining, geology, and early histories in Arizona. So keep watching all of our shows, and remember the show will be October 3rd through the 7th. That's right. Here in Tucson, along Tucson Mineral Mile. Go to barlowsgems.net for the complete info, and check us out. And thanks for watching, and remember, go to Amazon and get Gem and Mineral Exchange books. There's more coming out, and these are all excellent. Thank you for watching KRAZ-TV and Tucson Mineral Mile.